Go ahead and give us, also, can we get a little more of the story? I think last we left Legacy Larry's probate escapades in the state of Texas. We had the attorney who was calling her friends refer you business. How's that going? What's going on in that realm?
Yeah, it's a great point. Glad you brought that up. So last week, I put a deal under contract. The results were phenomenal. We got way over list. So you had encouraged me to reach out to that attorney. So the next day, I just went by with a brochure in hand and a card and asked for the attorney. The attorney wasn't there, but the best thing was the paralegal. So I go exactly the person I wanted to talk to, the one that does most of the work around here, which she loved. And we hit it off, had a great conversation, and ended up getting to share a little bit more with her. And so I'm using that. She does the paralegal work for 4 attorneys in that office. So I'm working my way back to bring lunch in and just kind of find out what they're doing and see how I can plug in and help them. So that was a lot of fun. But what really gave me the leverage to do that was I had something really relevant to share with them with tangible results that gave me instant credibility. And I had there was no qualms or no fear of walking in that office and striking up a conversation. So my hope is that over time, we're going to be able to give real value to that attorney and the team of attorneys that got there, and then be able to get more referrals, help more people, that kind of thing. But that was very helpful. So if you haven't done it, so now I'm going to do that on every one of them as I come through them. It's a great way to build an attorney network without really having to do anything other than just walk in with a brochure, and 3-page brochure front and back, and just have a conversation. So I'm excited to see where that's going to go.
I think that we often think that we need to do a lot, and doing something regularly is more valuable, right? So, for those listening, I'm not really saying this to Larry because he does well financially. He can afford to buy lunch for an office. But some of you are saying, well, I can't afford to buy lunch. I just bought this coaching or the data or this. It's not the amount you spend, it's that you think about somebody and that you acknowledge them. You heard him say, he compliments the paralegal. It's great to meet the person who does all the work around here. They love that joke. You can tell that joke to every paralegal, whatever state you're in. They all love that joke. You don't have to bring them lunch, but you can pick them up a muffin, a cookie. It's kind of like, one of my, I coach men who are dating for marriage. And oftentimes men will think they need to buy a woman a dozen red roses, which can cost in LA $40, $60 for good ones. I say, you know what? Better to buy one flower weekly than 1 dozen roses once. Because it's a relationship, not a milestone. And so it's not like that attorney or that paralegal is going to now make you their preferred real estate agent for life. It's that you have a relationship with them. And if you keep the relationship, you'll be the person they send business to. So I would urge you guys to whatever you're doing with the real estate, with a law office, do it more frequently, less costly. Work your budget out to where you don't have to bring over lunch. Maybe you bring over a box of cookies, or you bring over, pens, or we all have stuff that people appreciate. Hey, I just thought I'd drop this off. And also feel free to engage people and acknowledge their expertise. You can ask. One of the things I ask paralegals, like, what bonding company do you use to get the petitioner bonded? Do you ever use probate advances? I wouldn't do all that on one phone call. I wouldn't do an interview. I would do 1 week. I would call and say, hey, I'm just curious. Melissa, it was great meeting you last week. You guys have a preferred bond provider when you get people bonded? And they'll say, no, never used one. Okay, good. The next week, I might call, hey, I'm just curious, your clients ever get probate advances? Do you have a vendor you work with? You can make a list of different things you can ask. What filing company? Different counties have multiple vendors when they file documents. You might want to research in the county you're in. In LA, I think we have like 20. You can pick any one of them to file your documents. You might just want to ask, I'm curious, which of the filing companies do you use and why do you use that company? Another one is, do you use an attorney service to pick up documents or to get documents recorded? I would ask all those questions on different phone calls because you're building a relationship, not trying to prove them that you're the expert on call one to go on to the next one. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Fantastic.
great ideas. I will put together a list like that. That's good stuff and easy to follow up with. And I am making that move now to really go after the attorneys more than the petitioners. I see that to be a longer play, I think.
And again, for people to call, I don't know that's the right move for all of you. I think it's the right move for Larry. He's got some momentum in that area already. I think it's a natural pattern to grow into. If you're intimidated by attorneys, uncomfortable, you can start petitioners and then you'll get cases with attorneys, meet them, learn how to work with them, and grow into that. Larry is, I don't know if it's a surprise, a little more experienced than all of us, a little older than all of us. He looks at it. Did I say that? Did I? I'm curious. Was I just thinking that or I said it out loud? I didn't mean to say it out loud. Okay. But my point is that I think when you're older, it's easier to relate to attorneys. I think, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying I think that's how life works. And so it's more natural. But so don't be intimidated if you're not. And I'm not saying if you're brand new, not to go after attorneys. I'm just saying you do you find where you fit. And he found where he fits and make sure that you're in the right spot.
Bill, I want to defend myself. I paid top dollar to get this hair done, this color.
Larry, if you're paying top dollar for that, I will tell you, I know a good attorney that will sue for damages. And the evidence is on the video. We're all witnessing it. So, okay.
Good talking to you. I will yield here. I'll be back to bug you later.
Thanks, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah.